Nobody prepares you for how strange life feels between 65 and 75. People warn you about money and cholesterol, but very few sit down and tell you the truth about what really changes in these years. This is not the decade when life becomes impossible. It's the decade when life becomes heavier. Ordinary things suddenly ask something more from you, more energy, more courage, more patience. And if you don't understand what's happening, you start blaming yourself for changes that are happening to almost everybody your age. So let me walk you through 6 challenges that quietly hit people in these years. Not to depress you, quite the opposite. Because once you understand what's happening, you can fight back gently. The first challenge is sameness. It sneaks up on you. Same roads, same meals, same chair every evening. At first, it feels comfortable. But after a while, your world starts shrinking without asking your permission. Here's what I learned. The brain gets old faster when nothing surprises it anymore. What keeps the mind alive isn't crossword puzzles, it's novelty. Small interruptions. Once a week, do one unfamiliar thing. Walk a different street, try a new restaurant, sit somewhere you've never sat before. When every day looks identical, the mind slowly stops recording life. That's a dangerous way to grow old. The second challenge is the shrinking of your social world. Not all at once, slowly, quietly. You stop calling because you're tired. You stop accepting invitations because staying home sounds easier. Months pass, and the phone barely rings anymore. Here's the truth nobody explains properly. Often the people don't disappear first. The impulse to reach outward disappears first. That little voice that says maybe tomorrow can steal years from a person. You don't need dozens of friends. You simply need regular human contact. The cashier who recognizes your face. The neighbor who waves. The barber who asks about your week. These small connections matter more than pride allows us to admit. And if you haven't spoken to another person in 2 or 3 days, don't wait for motivation. At 72, sometimes you have to put your shoes on before the desire arrives. The desire usually follows behind you. The third challenge attacks your pride. It's learning how to receive help. Most of our generation was taught that strength meant handling things alone. But somewhere after 70, life asks a painful question. Can you let someone help you without feeling ashamed? Refusing help does not preserve dignity nearly as much as people think. Sometimes it only delays disaster. Smart aging isn't about proving you can do everything alone. It's about preserving energy for what matters most. And here's something else worth hearing. People who love you often want to help more than you allow. Sometimes when you refuse every offer, you're not protecting them. You're shutting them out of loving you. The fourth challenge is the body's hesitation. Not weakness exactly, hesitation. That pause before getting up from a chair. That moment at the bottom of the stairs. The grocery bag that feels heavier than it should. Aging doesn't arrive like lightning. It arrives like fog, slow, quiet, almost polite. Many times the body doesn't stop first. The willingness stops first. You avoid one difficult movement, then another, and slowly the body learns smaller living. I fought this in small ways, walking a little farther than I felt like walking each morning, knees complaining the whole time. The goal wasn't athleticism. It was conversation with my body. Older bodies respond to consistency, not intensity. You just need to keep telling yourself, we're still participating in life. The fifth challenge is grief that never fully leaves. By your 70s, almost everybody is carrying invisible absences. A spouse gone, old friends gone, even the places you love disappear. That grief doesn't arrive dramatically anymore. It becomes woven into ordinary days. You're pouring coffee and suddenly remember someone who used to sit across from you. Younger people think grief is something you finish. Older people know better. It changes shape. It gets quieter, but it stays. What helped me was stopping the fight against it. Instead of asking, why can't I get over this? I started asking, what if remembering is part of loving? Missing people means they mattered. The danger comes when grief hardens into withdrawal, when people stop living before life is actually over. Carry your memories with tenderness. Keep living too. Keep laughing too. The people we loved would not want us sitting in dark rooms waiting to join them. The sixth challenge is the loss of purpose. This one hits hardest. For 50 years, you knew who you were because somebody needed you. Then one day, the schedules disappear and you wake up asking, who am I now? I went through this myself. Eventually, I realized that maybe the final stage of life isn't about being needed every minute. Maybe it's about finally meeting yourself underneath all the roles you spent decades performing. What still brings you alive, not productivity, not usefulness, but aliveness. Gardening, reading, helping one lonely neighbor feel seen. Learning to enjoy your own company without guilt. The people who age with the most peace aren't necessarily the healthiest or richest. They're people who learn softness without surrender. They stop fighting reality every morning. They learn to receive joy in smaller forms, a warm cup of coffee, sunlight through a kitchen window, a quiet walk at dusk. You are not failing because life feels heavier now. You're carrying a brain and body that simply require more intention than they once did. That's not weakness. That's human aging. Take the walk, make the phone call, try the unfamiliar thing. Let somebody help you. We've all come a long way to get here. Thank you for watching. If this spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I share everything about my aging journey here. Until next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.